Team 3 weather with Tom Kiffin.
It finally feels like it finally feels like winter here.
It is weather time at 10:43 Eastern, that time of the show, but it is feeling like winter out there. I have the NMU webcam here, night vision, and what I'm trying to show you is the visibility is A-OK in Marquette. So the heavier lake effect snow, and when I mean heavier, the lower visibility lake effect snow is east of Marquette. Now, as we go to our storm for potentially next week, there's been some chatter about this. We're already at late Monday night next week here. So this is the American model, the GFS model, and you sometimes see this on the national news when a hurricane is approaching the United States. Well, it can be used also for snowstorms here in the Great Lakes. So this is the GFS model, and this is early Wednesday morning, and you can see with the GFS model, it takes the track through lower Michigan. We're on the back side of it, so that means perhaps some good, decent accumulating snow, but with these isobars, these lines of equal pressure, closely packed in, this is indicating some pretty good wind, some pretty decent wind we could be dealing with. Now let's go to the European model, and it is the same deal here. Another track through lower Michigan, and you can see we're on the back side of it. That may mean some decent snow. We're still, today is Wednesday. Holiday always throws me off here. So today is Wednesday. We still got 7 days to get through, iron all this out here, but chances are increasing slowly, not rapidly, but increasing slowly, that we could have our first decent snow for some parts of the UP next week, and we could also see some wind. Also, what I want to do here is take a look at the temperatures here, because last night I showed you some temperatures that could really take a drop here as we go into next week, and there's that Arctic air that could be moving towards us, but with Lake Superior wide open and Lake Superior water temperature is still about 38, 39 degrees, that's going to modify the Arctic air and keep the core of the Arctic air next week to the west and to the north of us, but it's going to fire up the lake effect snow potentially. But I don't want to get into any details. It's still 7, 8, 9, 10 days out here, so we got a long ways to go. So just remember that if you see something pop up on social media. All right, 906 Weather Watchers here, and this is Tasha Val here of Ishpeming. She took a trip down to Escanaba, and this is lake effect snow here. This is a perfect definition. Driving along 41 here, dry roads, looks like good driving conditions, and then a few miles up the road here, look at this. This is 41 north of, yes, this is 41 north of Rapid River. So that's the deal with lake effect snow, and that's why you got to be careful. You could be going 60, 65 miles per hour, dry roads, and all of a sudden you hit this, and you really got to slow on down here. That's the deal with lake effect snow. We got some other 906 Weather Watcher photos here as we fire up Max 1. Kevin Dunham, he posted it on our 906 Weather Watchers page, caught a dove, and he said the dove was waiting to get into the bird feeders. I'm guessing the blue jay was probably blocking all the bird feeders or the grosbeak here, but you got a beautiful photo of a dove. Thanks, Kevin, for sending that in, and like always, of all your awesome weather photos here. As we take a look at another Munising resident, Sue Dempsey here this morning, you can see the snow starting to cover the side streets and the roads around Munising. Thanks, Sue, for sending that in. And then Cindy Scheffler of Escanaba. This is at Ludington Park. Beautiful sunrise there this morning. Peeking through the cloud cover, there's some lake effect snow clouds off in the distance going into northern lower Michigan. Thanks, Cindy, for sending that in. And then Sally Tapaho Smith here sending in this photo. Some snow falling at her place in Houghton. Thanks, Sally, for sending that in. If you'd like to join our 906 Weather Watchers group on Facebook, it's easy. Feel free to join on Facebook. We'd love to show off photos like this during WJMN Local 3 News and on upmatters.com. All right, 3 things to know here. Lake effect snow, mainly for the snow belts east of Marquette tonight, but some of these lake effect snow bands have drifted well into Delta County and Schoolcraft County, so just be aware of that if you do have travel plans north of Rapid River and Nema. Otherwise, our next best chance for all of us for UP-wide snow here is going to be Friday night on into Saturday, and next week, like I showed you with those weather models, albeit a little weather nerdy there, we do have the potential for snow and also some wind. So snowfall the rest of the night into early Thursday morning. You can see the numbers adding on up here. east of Marquette over towards Munising and Grand Marais. And then tomorrow night, we could have a localized decent snow band set up shop in the Copper Country. That's why you see those numbers adding on up around Houghton over to Copper Harbor, but it could be much more if we know where that localized snow band sets on up tomorrow night into Friday morning. So just be aware of that if you're going to be traveling around tomorrow night in the Copper Country. And then for all of us, Friday night on into Saturday, you can see the numbers adding on up, where I do think all of us at least has a decent chance of pulling out the snow shovels Friday night on into Saturday across the UP.